Welcome to Alchemy of Affluence. It's Afira here, and in this video, I'm going to be showing you how to do a fun, easy, and effective home blessing spell that'll help you attract peace and prosperity into your household. This works wonders if you've just moved into a new space and you want to get things started off on the right foot, or if you've been in your home for a while and you just feel like the energy's been kind of funky in there lately. So we're going to be using items that you probably already have lying around your house, so let's go ahead and jump into this. But before we get started, just make sure that you hit the subscribe button because more prosperity spells and manifestation hacks are coming out soon. All right, let's do this. So the first thing you need to know about this spell is that the herbs that you use are pretty much up to you. It's really more about your power of intention than it is about the specific things that you use. But I'm just going to be going over with you some of the easiest ones that always work really, really well for me. Really, you're just kind of programming objects with your intention, but it's good to use things that evoke those intentions within your psyche. So the main two ingredients are salt and rice. I recommend Epsom salt because it's better for the environment. And additionally, you can throw in whatever herbs make you feel the sensations of how you want to feel in your life. I picked lavender because lavender to me represents peace. And I used some herb of that, and I also used a little bit of essential oil just for extra fragrance. I also decided to just go with some basic sage. You could put actual sage leaves in here off of like one of your sage wands. I happen to just have kitchen powdered sage right here, and I put it in a bottle because I like to be fancy. Other things, you could really just go through your kitchen and ask yourself what works. I threw some bay leaves in there, for example, because they represent money. And lastly, you're just going to need some jars. You can either use mason jars or recycled jars, which is what I used, and I super decked mine out with these jar labels and some jewels that I glued on there, and stay tuned if you want to know how to do that. So the process is pretty self-explanatory. You're literally just going to guesstimate the amount that you want of each of these ingredients to be divided between your 4 jars. The jars absolutely do not have to be filled up. I really just kind of put enough to cover the bottom, and I just dump all of the ingredients into a container. I happen to be using this really beautiful, weird vintage platter thing that I found, which by the way is for sale depending on when you're seeing this. So if you actually want to grab that, it'll be linked in the description. This concoction is simply made up of a bunch of rice, a bunch of Epsom salts, some of that essential oil, which is of course optional. It's just to really enhance the fragrance so that you can smell it when you're in that area of your house, and whichever herbs you picked. So again, I picked just some powdered sage, and I also crumbled some of the lavender leaves into the mixture. So since we are doing actual magic here and not just throwing things together into a bowl, this is the part where we actually get into a meditative state and concentrate on infusing this mixture with, first of all, our own energy, and second of all, the energy of what it is that we are trying to manifest into our reality. So the printable jar labels that you will be able to access at the link below have an incantation on them that I created for myself years and years ago, the first time that I did this spell, and it's been working for me ever since, even though I've moved to lots of different places. So that's something that you could just repeat in your head over and over again, or out loud if you want to sound silly, as you are concentrating on mixing the mixture together. Or you can use your own words and just concentrate on what it would feel like for your life to be the way that you want it to be. Maybe envision some of the things that you want to take place in your house, or some of the objects that you want to manifest into your home. Anything that feels right to you is fine, as long as it feels good and high vibe. If you feel like you're worrying or you're bringing stress into this ritual, I recommend just stopping, doing some meditation, possibly like some EFT tapping, which I'll be doing a video on that soon. soon. Anything to just get your vibe up, and then you can go back into doing the ritual. At the end, I also just like to either use a pendulum or my hand in a sort of circular motion, clockwise direction, because that is symbolic of moving the energy forward and making stuff happen. So from there, your task is really just to get the concoction out of the bowl and into the jars. Funnily enough, I thought I was being cute using this platter, but it actually ended up being kind of hard because I couldn't just pour it because it was too big. So it was a little bit awkward. But if you're using like a regular bowl or something, or better yet, one of those mixing bowls that has like a little spout or something on it, you're gonna be in good shape. You could probably use some kind of tool like a spoon or a little cup or something to make this a little bit less messy, but needless to say, you just want to put a little bit of this in a relatively even amount throughout all 4 of your jars. So I didn't remember to actually film the process of creating the jars, but since you're sitting here watching me fill these jars with herbs, now would be a great time to have a little chat about that. So basically, if you want to decorate your jars, I've created these awesome little printable incantations that you can download and print out and then attach to your jars. And what's awesome is every time that you're in a part of your house where one of these jars is sitting, you can smell the herbs and you can repeat the incantation, and it just ingrains your intention for your peaceful home into your psyche, and then it will actually program you to take the actions that day that are actually going to manifest the reality that you're trying to create. So the incantation that I wrote for this spell is north, south, east, and west. Keep this home inspired and blessed. For clarity, salt from the sea, abundant rice for prosperity. Keep all energy fresh and clear, and we will grow and prosper here. So if you're interested in grabbing those, you can go to the link in my description, and it also comes with a Book of Shadows page, and it also comes with every single color you could think of. So if you're not obsessed with purple and blue like me, you can print it in gold or orange or plain tan or pretty much any color that you want. In order to attach them, I just watered down some glue and painted the back of the sheet with the paintbrush and attached it to my jar. And then just to be cute, I glued some little rhinestones on there and went around them with gold puffy paint. And of course, the final step is simply to find the 4 corners of your home and place these in them. For me, magic is less about being super strict and by the book, and more so about doing whatever you need to do in order to program your subconscious mind, evoke the kind of energy and feeling tone within yourself that is actually going to be in alignment with what you're trying to manifest. So it's less important to me whether it's exactly at east and west and north and south. I would rather it be somewhere where it's visible or where you can smell it, where every time you're just going about your day, you'll notice it and it'll trigger a response in your subconscious mind to kick your brain into manifesting mode. What is your opinion on that? Do you like to follow spells that are super specific and have really specific correspondences? Or do you kind of just like to get an idea and flow with it and see what your intuition tells you to do? I would love to know. Leave me a comment below. And if you're looking for more easy everyday spells that you can do to evoke the energy of your ideal life into the present moment, right from your own home, check out this really awesome video all about how to program yourself for what you're trying to manifest before you even get out of bed. And be sure to subscribe because there's going to be a ton more of these really quick, easy, practical magic tips coming at you really soon. Until next time, blessed be.